Hello, I was doing some more research about the parable of the 10 virgins, and the Lord just revealed He was so awesome. And I'm going to play a little bit of a song because I felt that it kind of related to this, and we're going to follow the Ruach through this and see what kind of picture he paints with this. Now, this is Simeon, and I will kind of lead how he's connected to this. It's just so neat. And I got this picture in 2010, and I was just so drawn to it. It's one of my favorites. So I just love the way the artist captured Simeon with Yeshua. Just awesome. Now here's the song. It's called Awaken to Love. That pearl hidden away. Lovers always find what others give up searching for. How amazing is that? And we're going to connect this. So we're going to go to the parable right now. So the parable of the 10 virgins. So in it, then shall be the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. So there is a big difference, the vessels. So I started, I wonder what the vessels are. So I looked it up. So we're going to go through here, and so we're going to do a word search. So here's the word search in newjerusalem.org. And it comes up with all the times that vessels are in Scripture. So we have that, and then, of course, in the Hebrew, it's a word H3627, and it can root to 3615. But in the Greek, there's twice that this vessel come up for G30. And then here's one in, it's G5473 and G4632. So here's the connection. So if I can do this right here. So I looked it up, and here it is in the Greek. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. So vessels. So here it is, G30. So we're going to look up, okay, it's from egos, a pail, perhaps, a bent. Compare the base of G43. So we're going to look up G43. We're going to look here, begin here, G29. This is before, so I look at before and after just to see kind of what it's saying. So G30, receptacle, implication to press into public service. And then here is G32, an announcement, by implication, precept. It's like, okay, cool. So here's G43. Now, it only comes up one time. And then it means G43, a bend, ache, an arm as curved arm. And then here you go to G44. The same as G43, a hook. Wow, I was like, the hook, okay. So Luke, then took he him up in his arms. Here's that G43. And blessed. See that I would say would be Yahweh, and said. So here, Simeon. This is the picture of a hook. He's taking him up in his arms and blessing him. Now, so this is connected. And so I started to look, okay, now I know that Simeon means to hear. So I started digging a little bit more in that. Simeon in the Bible. Because the Lord has heard that I am unloved, he has therefore given me this son also. So she named him Simeon. So it has to do, you go through here, Simeon the priest, survived by living among the people of Judah when the other tribes were taken to Assyria. So, now this is very interesting. Note that the Greek name Simeon is a transliteration of the Hebrew name Simeon, but that Greek name Simon is a Hellenized version of Simeon. So do you think when Yeshua said Simon Peter, his name actually means Simeon? I thought that was really neat. Now the root of this is Shema. It may mean to perceive a sound via the ears or to hear about something via the grapevine. And then it may denote an observant listening, a paying attention to understanding someone's language. It may mean to hear someone out or hear in a judicial setting. And then here, Simeon meaning of the name Simeon, hearing with acceptance. So if you go look and you read scripture here, it talks about, I'm going to go here, and when 8 days were accomplished for the circumcision of the child, his name was Yeshua, which was also named of the angel before he was conceived in the womb. So we're going to look up here and go through this. And when the days of her purification according to the law of Moshe was accomplished, they brought him to Jerusalem to present him to the Lord. As it is written in the law of Yahweh, every male that openeth the womb shall be called holy kadosh to Yahweh. So here's Leviticus 12:3. Speak to the sons of Israel, saying, when a woman gives birth and bears a male child, then she shall be unclean for 7 days, as in the days of her menstruation she shall be unclean. On the 8th day the flesh of his foreskin shall be circumcised. Then she shall remain in the blood of her purification for 33 days. She shall not touch any consecrated thing, nor enter the sanctuary until the days of her purification are completed. So she wasn't allowed to enter the temple here until after 33 days. And so, behold, this is so amazing. There was a man in Jerusalem whose name was Simeon, and the man was just and devout, waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Ruach HaKodesh was upon him. And the Spirit, and came by the Spirit into the temple. Then he took him up in his arms and blessed Yahweh and said, Lord, now lettest thou servant depart in shalom according to thy word, for mine eyes have seen thy salvation, which means Yeshua. So here, I think is just a beautiful picture. So now I'm thinking dedicating at the temple. So that could be like Hanukkah or the Feast of Dedication. So we know that, Daniel spoke of it. And we know it was talked about in John. It was the time of dedication. And so I was, started brainstorming. So what if, people say, well, he's born in the spring and he was born in the fall. But it could be both, because if it was spring in the northern hemisphere, it would have been fall in the southern hemisphere. And if it was fall in the southern hemisphere, it would have been spring in the northern hemisphere. And so here again, you have the 33rd day. because he is everything. He's the Aleph and the Tov, again, the beginning and the end. So if you want to have a really good website and try to, kind of break things down in a Hebrew mindset, this one is called the Chronicle Project. And Hebraizing quotes. So we know the scripture. I always wondered about this in Matthew. Many are called, few are chosen. Restructure this in Hebrew, and it says the multiple to call, the diminished to choose. The difference here is startling. The way it stands in Greek, Creator calls a lot of people and then only picks a few. Does anyone see the illogic in that? Creator would know who would choose. Why get their hopes up and dash them? Sorry, humans, just kidding. Pretty cruel of a creator to work that way. Go to the Hebrew structure and it plays differently. The majority are called. Again, hear. Hear. Are you hearing? Few choose to listen and obey. This places the Creator in the spot where the offer goes out to the masses of people and the choice is theirs, not his. Few choose. One can easily see how the Greek translator might have misunderstood the sentence, or how their view of the Creator might have played into how the sentence was worded. I highly recommend going back. This is one, the Chronicle Project, and then here's another one that I really like this. Mike, let's see, what is his name? I'm sorry. Eric Bissel. And he takes the letters and goes back to the Paleo language and breaks down the whole 22 alphabet. And it's a love song. It's about the Brit, the covenant, the ketubah, the marriage contract, and whether or not you're going to accept his proposal. So I just wanted to send that, put this out here. So dig, keep digging. I mean, he's so amazing. It's so awesome. So, and don't give up searching for him. Remember, lovers only find what others give up searching for. And it's about a love story between the Creator and his creation. Shalom.